right. I think we are live now. Yay, good. Welcome. I am Jennifer, and we are here with Aspen today. And we just returned from Costa Rica. I think we are live. We just returned from Costa Rica for a Polistic Yoga retreat, and Aspen joined us this time for the second time. And this time she came as a hypnotherapist, and we had the most amazing, incredible, earth-shattering, groundbreaking hypnotherapy session after we went to the volcano and had a pole session. And pairing the hypnotherapy with the pole and the energy of Costa Rica was exactly how I thought it was going to be. Amazing. And I'm just so thrilled to have Aspen here with us today. Hi, Aspen.
Hey,
So
good to be here.
So good to see you too. So Aspen came to the Polistic Yoga retreat last September, and after she left, she became a certified Rapid
Transformational Therapist.
Rapid Transformational Therapist. I want to make sure I got that right. And basically it's just hypnotherapy, and she takes us into our subconscious mind. And then we really work on any blocks. Maybe there's some hidden reoccurring patterns that are in our subconscious mind. And I'm completely enamored with the subconscious mind, as it does control about 85 to 90% of our waking day. You might think you're awake, but really it's this internal program that is really making the decisions for you. And so as we become adults, I think it's super important for us to go, well, are there any programs that are lurking that I don't really desire to have? Maybe those programs are mucking me up in some way. So Polistic Yoga gets in and helps us remove those blocks. And then by having Aspen help us with the hypnotherapy, it for me has personally just opened up so many doors and helped me on so many levels. Having somebody here with me that I can trust help me along the way. So I want to know, Aspen, what really got you into this rapid transformational technique?
Yeah. So for me, the first time I ever had the session, I went because I felt like there was something stopping me in my life from achieving what it was I was wanting to achieve. And this successful life and everything that I've created now has been because of RTT. When I went in, I had this like frustration, low energy, kind of like nothing really mattered. And so I was just living on these old programs. And after having RTT, I went from, it's funny, I was like making less than $1,000 a month to over 6 figures in 6 months because of RTT. It helped me to overcome my money blocks. It helped me to grow into my confidence and really be who I've meant to be. And I mean, I owe so much to RTT. It's been so transformational. And now with this technology, with the tools, I can go and I can work on anything, relationships, like, being in a partnership with somebody who, has all their differences. And it's just like learning how to relax and not be so rigid and just allow things to unfold. And my life has turned a complete 180 since RTT. It's been the most incredible thing for my life. And now, and because of RTT, because I got to experience, okay, this is real, like this is legit. I mean, it's so powerful, and it really made me want to give this back to others. And that's why I became a rapid transformational therapist.
I love that. And I really do appreciate you taking the time to learn this technique to help others. I feel like we're in this change happening, collective consciousness right now. So I think that by what you're doing is by helping us let go of our past, the past parts of our stories that no longer serve us, the past parts of our ego that wants to hang on. Just to keep us safe. Our ego really does want to keep us safe. So often it brings up some of these old stories to remind us, oh, remember that maybe you crossed the road and you got splashed with water, or you almost got hit and it was scary. So now every time you come up across a road, you're scared and you don't even remember why, but it could be your ego remembers that one time that you about got hit by a car, but it could be that right across the street is all of your dreams. And so that one thing that is keeping you from crossing the street that happened when you were a child is not even real and not even there. And it could be the very thing, one memory could be the very one thing that's keeping you from living the life of your dreams and the life that you deserve. So that's why I really appreciate it so much. Because for me, when I go to my pole and I use my holistic yoga practice as a place of when I'm feeling overwhelmed or when I'm feeling anxious, or, to kind of go in and to calm that down in that moment, but to even go further beyond that, when I get into my place of calm, to go in and really do that decluttering work, so that those triggers aren't coming up as often. And then I'm not having to turn to my pole so much to help calm the anxiety that comes up in my body, because a lot of times past traumas do show up as anxiety or depression or fear. It could even show up as joint pains and fibromyalgia, or loss of sleep. It can look like old trauma, can look like so many other symptoms. And then we might not even think that, like, oh, this could be a old trauma pattern coming up that's holding me back. So that's why I'm super interested, because it seems like, and before 2020, it was debatable. I used to say, I think we all have PTSD. We were born, and coming through the birth canal is quite traumatic. But now I think it's safe to say that all humans are living with some form of post-traumatic stress disorder once the pandemic happened. And every one of our lives were traumatically, everyone on this planet's lives have been traumatically discombobulated over the last 2 years. There's not one person who has not been affected by this, and it's been completely all out of our control. And sometimes that can bring up so much anxiety and so much fear about the future, when maybe you've had plans for this, but then COVID happened and our plans were changed, or maybe you're actually scared of dying from COVID, or whatever the gamuts are that COVID came and disrupted your life. Or then you can take this hypnotherapy and even deal with it, not just with past childhood traumas, but even day-to-day traumas that are happening. Because even if your life is great and you're beautiful and you have a great body and you're in a great relationship and you're a multimillionaire and you have everything and everything is perfect, well, we still have pandemics and we still have tornadoes, or we still have shit that happens that is outside of our control, that can get in our minds and can start mucking it up. So I think the work that you're doing is valuable for any human on this planet, no matter where they're at in their life. We all have something stored within us for that ego that's kind of keeping us safe. But if it were out, then we would be experiencing a different reality. You kind of feel that?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah. I mean, it's a total reprogramming of the mind. It's just upgrading your thoughts and your thinking. And that's, how you feel is everything in your life. And it's about feeling great. It's about having healthy thoughts. It's about being your own cheerleader. It's about being the supporting, loving person to yourself, because you can't expect anybody else to do it. You have to do the work yourself. And, always encourage people, if they want to come in for a quick fix, RTT is it. This does exist, but you have to want it for yourself. You have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to listen to the recording and be suggestible. Everybody has the ability to be suggestible. It's just, you have to allow yourself.
And that's really the biggest thing too. I've noticed in working with people with holistic yoga, sometimes we'll say we want one thing and then we don't do it. So having that recording and listening to it is the second part. And I've been doing that and I just love it. And it changes my vibration every single time that I listen to it. Just like the poll, you can have the poll, but you have to get to it. So I think that's another reason that our support community is so important, and staying connected and just being accountable for each other, I think is really important too. So I appreciate you always showing up and being willing to continue even after the hypnotherapy, to be just a beacon of light and of trust and a safe space, that when those old programmings come up, you have been so gentle to help guide me back personally to the truth. And the truth is is that we are divine, we are abundant, we are a source of joy, a source of pleasure. Being a human can be a really awesome, amazing thing when we get out of our trauma and get out of our own way. So I am so grateful for the work that you're doing. And I really loved doing it in Costa Rica. I really loved having that experience. Costa Rica is such a high vibe place. So having you there and the volcanoes, and I'm still articulating what that energy was about the volcanoes. I feel like there's so much more than what we actually even understand with our human minds about this great earth that we're on. So being there was just so amazing because it physically took our energy to a different place. And then we went in there, and I'm telling you, since I've been back, I've been on this like high, and so many things that I've been working on are now like lining up, lining up, lining up. So it's just really cool that when we do the work and we surrender to let the work happen, then it happens. So I'm just so happy that you've shown up and said, yes, Aspen, I love it so much. And I'm so grateful for you.
Thank you. Thank you
Yes,
so much.
yes. Well, thanks for taking this time to talk with me today. Now, how can people get signed up to have an experience with you?
So probably one way that a lot of people reach out to me is through Facebook, Aspen Bot. I've got my phone number too that I can share, 479-222-1162. It's real easy. So that's the best way, or my website, awakentransformation.com is a great way to reach me too.
Perfect. I love that. And I'm so grateful. And maybe you can join Holistic Yoga and see Aspen there. And we have the session living in the Holistic Yoga Academy from when Aspen we did the volcano. That's not in the vault, but the Holistic Yoga session that we did along with the hypnotherapy session that we did is in the vault. So anybody that wants to join Holistic Yoga can have access to that session. And it was so amazing. I'm so glad that we have that so that we can enjoy that, and we have the recording. So it's just, these are tools to help us live better and to enhance our experience here on this earth. And I'm so grateful for you, Aspen, and I'll talk to you next time.